Hello and welcome to Sketch Together. This is part of the series on Sketch Basics, and on this session we're going to learn about Ambitious Craft plugin, and we're going to go into the photos part of it. And it's pretty cool because you can import photos from any folder or from Unsplash. And we're not just going to talk about that plugin, but another one that does something pretty similar, which is called Content Generator. And I think it's good to show both of those plugins so you know when to use one and when to use the other. So let's go ahead and do that.
Okay, so let's talk about Ambition's plugin called Craft, and there's a really cool part of it that is called Photos. And Photos will allow you to add photos from different folders, or from a Dropbox folder, or from the image gallery of Unsplash, which are all free, royalty-free stock photos that are really cool. So let's try it out really quickly. So for example, I'm going to select this rectangle, and I'm going to, from here, I can select by color, or I can say by category or by cafe. Let's say city, for example. And then I place a photo, and automatically it will randomly put a photo from the Unsplash gallery here that is on that category. And I can do it on multiple elements at the same time. So if I were to select these three and I say place photos again, and it will magically put photos for me, and now my designs will look super cool and super hipster. And that's not only it. There's another. There's, for example, in my job, I created a folder with multiple images that I will use a lot. So probably you have a product that sells shoes, for example. So you have your own shoes, your own real product, and you can create a folder with all the different images, and then you can just randomly put there. For me, it's medical imaging. So I created a folder, I put it there. I can just create a folder anywhere, and I created my own that is medical images. And then I just put place photos, and automatically would put those photos for me. And it's just randomly. Sometimes it obviously does some repeats because I don't have a large gallery. So I can just check it again, and it will put randomly another photo. So that's pretty cool. Another thing is that there's another plugin that is called Content Generator, and I'm going to tell you about this one because it's pretty cool too. And it does something very similar, but it has a really cool feature. And by the way, this one you can get from the Sketch Toolbox. Sketch Toolbox, you can just search for Content Generator, and then you can install it there. And if you have to first install the Sketch Toolbox. You just Google search for it, install it, and then you'll be able to install this plugin. And if you want to install the Craft plugin, sorry, I didn't tell you, it's you go to envisionapp.com/craft. Okay, cool. So here, go back to Content Generator. For example, here in plugins, I go to Content Generator, and it allows me to do also Flickr keywords or rat faces, but also something really cool is that I can say from persona, I can add photos, and I can say, for example, female, and automatically adds photos of females. And over here, I can add also Content Generator persona names female. And then, for example, here, let's say that this one, instead of a name, is I don't know, it's a email. There you go. So, and you can, this Content Generator also allows you to do the same here. So for example, here I can select this, and I can go to names and female, and it gives this one, instead of let's say the names, let's do another one, let's say phone numbers. So press phone number, automatically add a random phone number for me. And I can do it also for multiple elements. So if I were to add multiple cells of the same, with the same element, I can just select Command Shift and click on all these avatars. And I go to Plugins, Content Generator, Persona, and then Photos, and I'm going to say female too. And automatically puts avatars for me. I'm going to do the same with these names, but just on text. So Plugins, Content Generator, Persona, names, female. Or I can do it over here also with the Craft plugin, names, female, which seems probably easier too. And the only thing is that it doesn't have personas like photos. So as you can see here, I'm going to say phone numbers, and automatically gives me random phone numbers. And that's it. That's those two plugins that come in pretty handy, and you can use them together to create really realistic mock-ups or your design or prototypes.